So Bill, as I was saying real quick, so I had this guy who constantly reached out to me on Facebook. We went back and forth a couple times, and it was what it was. And then a couple days ago, he reached out and said, "Hey, do you guys do construction to permanent financing?" Which we do. And I'm like, "Well, let's hop on a call." He's like, "Well, we already have the construction loan kind of done. We kind of already have." The acquisition bridge loan kind of done. We're good on that front. It's going to be a $70 million loan, right? All this good stuff. So I'm like, well, look, give me the whole scope of the deal because I got to see if I can save you guys some money. I want to show you guys what I do. I go, I usually don't work with builders unless I'm doing everything A to Z, right? Because I need to know exactly how the debt or the project is structured up front so I can give you how I would structure the financing on the sellout. So this is a potential 228 unit development in South Dallas, Texas, right? So long story short, I sent over all the information. I ran my numbers. I ran my pro formas. I ran kind of a high level breakdown. I could even share that with you guys, honestly. I probably will do that at some point and give you guys kind of like what I did. But long story short, on one phone call, literally on one phone call, I was able to save them $1.96 million on one phone call, right? And what I had suggested was rather than having everyone go and get the development loan and do all these crazy carry interest costs and everything, I was like, well, why don't we just do a loan for $1.5 million to build 3 starter spec homes? So you're basically going to be giving the consumer 3 options. Here's option 1, option 2, option 3. Pick which one you want, and then we'll build that home for you. And we're not going to give the developer the actual construction loan. We're going to give the borrower the construction loan. So this way, the interest and carry costs, right, are passed on to the borrower, not the developer. So on a $70 million loan, they were being charged $2.1 million in origination fees, a 12% rate, which again, the rate's the rate. But over the course of 1 year, that alone would save them nearly $8.4 million in interest, plus the $1.96 million I saved them up front. And needless to say, they dropped their current, know-it-all mortgage, commercial broker, whatever the heck they were dealing with, hard money company, because of that value, right? So everyone looks for value in the market. And on one phone call, I just saved them $10.3 million, right? Now, and I even said to them, I even recorded it. I can even show you what I said. I said, look, you guys have known this guy for a long time. I go, I want you to stay with this guy. If this guy even wants to work alongside of me, I have no problem doing that. You pick how you pay me, whether it's a consultant, whether I get a piece of the total loan amount. I said, I'm not trying to steal your business. I'm not trying to ruin a relationship that you've had for a long time. And they respected that so much that they're like, listen, this guy's on his way out. He doesn't need the money anymore. It takes 2-3 weeks to get back to us. He's like, you've given us more information and have asked more questions in 48 hours than they have in 2 months, right? So while everyone's trying to go out there and hunt for business, sometimes the best hunting you can do for business is just being honest and real with people. And Bill, like someone like yourself, you have the potential and opportunity to go out there in your market and do that same thing and bring that value add, right? Now, I'm structuring all that up front, great. And you know what that does? That gives Sherry 228 at-bats that cost us nothing, that we're going to make money on, right? So I was joking with Sherry earlier. I'm like, look, 228 deals, average ticket $400,000. That's a potential $90 million or so, right? Opportunity that just comes along from doing things the right way. And I can't stress that enough right now that people need to get back to the basics and put their own selfish needs aside to do what's best for the consumer or the contact or the relationship or the builder. And it's going to come back to you. And that's going to lead us to segue right into today's call. I usually don't take notes. I usually just speak from the heart. This is all from the heart, but I had so much information that I had to get out that I actually made a list of everything I wanted to go over. So someone who's on this call made a post this morning, and I saw the post and I told him to delete the post. And he said, thank you for deleting that. And I'm like, I'm telling you to delete this post, not because I don't want your voice to be heard, but it comes off, it's perceived as being desperate. And the last thing you want to be is desperate, because nobody wants to deal with somebody that's desperate or comes off desperate, right? And I think I shared the story with everyone in the past. When I had first gotten into the business at 21, 22 years old, however old I was at the time, I, I didn't have any business, right? And every day I went out there, people were like, hey, how's business? I'm like, oh, it's great. It's awesome. Why? Because I was tracking my business growth by the amount of people I met and how many business cards I got. So every day my business was growing because my network was growing. And then when I closed 2 deals, man, I just had a record month. Oh, wow, that's great. How'd you do that? Oh, I've been working my butt off. And then I closed 3 deals. Man, my business is growing crazy. I just grew 50% this month, right? I hate the term fake it till you make it, but at the end of the day, you need to build that momentum up and go out there. Stop telling people there's no business. Stop telling people you have no deals. Go out there every day and find that inner fire that we all have and live that. If you go out there and sulk, because look, misery loves company, and there's only more misery and pain coming, but you need to go out there and light a fire under your own ass, because every time you go and meet somebody, you need to light a fire under their ass, right? And you guys need to get to the point of every day is a better day, and you're going to keep growing. And if you go out there and have that mentality, people want to work with winners. People want to work with people that are doing business. People want to work with professionals. If you go out there and you're negative Nancy, no one's going to work with you. If you post dumb shit on Facebook, desperate shit on Facebook, no one's going to work with you. Telling you for a fact. Or you're going to attract the wrong people that you don't want to work with anyway. So now, as far as the list of what we have here, this is more about the industry as a whole right now. And I hope everybody in the industry sees this. Right now, you have lack of experience in management, lack of class, like being a gentleman or a professional woman. You have lack of knowledge and lack of leadership, right? Those 4 things are the number one combined reason for people's detriment, downfall, and lack of success. If you have nobody that's been through war, been through the trenches, seen the down market, and wasn't just sitting there, with their mouth open and their hands out for the past 3 or 4 years, how could they lead you? They can't. They can't lead you because they've never been in that situation before, right? And the industry has been flooded with people that have none of that stuff. So what do? They act based out of desperation and fear. And I'm bringing this all back to myself, because if I don't give you my real life stories and examples, you're not going to trust what I say. The worst decisions that I've made in life, the absolute worst decisions, sober decisions, right, were based out of desperation and or fear. And I'm going to say that again. The worst decisions that I've personally made in life, whether it's personal life or business life or a hybrid of both, were made out of fear and desperation. And that's what you have in the mortgage industry right now. And when people operate out of desperation, greed, and laziness, because that's what they all are, right? They'll tell you anything that you want to hear to get you through the door. And Bill, we touched on this a little bit earlier, you and I on our call. Everyone's yes, 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 yes. Then you come in, you can't find them, and all those yeses go ghost. There's no more yeses. They're all no's. No's, 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 no's. Sorry, we can't do that. Now look, I call what we're in right now 2 things. We're in the perfect storm, right? If anyone's ever seen that movie, The Perfect Storm, watch that movie and you'll see what it's like. That's what we're in right now. And we're also in the real big squeeze. Right? Now, you have 2 options. You could jump off the boat because you know the boat's going to flip over and you could drown yourself and put an end to your misery. You could do that. Or you could look at it as the big squeeze and take that big squeeze as the biggest opportunity for your own growth. Me personally, I've been squeezed many times in many different aspects of my life. And as painful as it is, as detrimental to your overall well-being as it is, you will experience on the other side of the squeeze success. The question is, can you withstand the squeeze? Right? Everyone's got a breaking point. But here's what I'll tell you. If you lock in, if you commit to yourself to withstand the squeeze, success is on the other side of the squeeze. Only you can do that. I can't want you to do that more than you want to do that. We all have it in us to take another second, to last another day, to last another month. People think it's physical and financial. It's not, it's mental. Yeah, you're going to experience some pain. Sure, your income's going to be cut off, maybe reduced significantly, but that doesn't last for forever. We're just in that perfect storm squeeze right now that we need real leaders, real people to help support us mentally and business wise. Forget financially, because you're responsible for your finances. Nobody's responsible for your finances other than you. It's your job to put food on the table for yourself and your family. No one else's. So people that have their handouts, they're gone. We're going to see another 60 to 80% consolidation in this industry. So if there were 200,000 plus loan officers at some point, that number is going to drop under $100,000 of actual people that actually do a deal per year. And that number is probably going to consolidate somewhere around 15 to 20,000 people that actually do business that's worth talking about. And when I say that, every market's different, but there's a threshold. You're either doing $1 million a month in business or you're not. And that $1 million a month in business, you're going to have to earn it. You're not entitled to get it. No one owes it to you. I don't care if it's your mother, brother, sister, family member. They're going to shop you. And it's your job to be the man, be the woman, be the legend, be the expert, and earn that business. And you know what? You may have to make less per deal. It's a fact of the market. That's the reality of the market. You're going to be undercut. You're going to have unfair play take place. You're going to have liars, losers, and desperados lying to consumers to steal your business from you because they don't care about the client. They don't care about the transaction. They only care about themselves. So what are you going to do to circumvent that? You're going to continue to be yourself and do things the right way, because when the dust settles, you're going to be there with your reputation intact, with your career intact, and you're going to be one of the lone survivors. Now, understand something also, and I've always had a problem with this. I've never been a money guy, meaning I want my company to make money for multiple reasons. One, I want them to stay in business. Two, I want them to do things for me when I ask them to do things for me. I want them to have a reason. I want to have ammunition when I go for an ask that they do it because they have to do it. And I'm very selective on my ask. But if your company doesn't make money, right, you're eventually going to have no home. So stop being greedy. Stop trying to get all the lion's share unless you're running your own P&L, profit and loss, paying your staff, your rent, your processors, and everything fall on you. The only way you deserve the lion's share if you're taking on the lion's share of risk, responsibility, and expenses. And if you're not doing that, you don't deserve the lion's share. The lowest rate in the market equates to the lowest money made for you and your company, the lowest resources you and your company have access to, the lowest interest your company has in helping you and supporting your growth, and if you ever needed a favor, and the lowest support mentally. My biggest advisors to my companies, to myself, aren't there to lend me money, aren't there to give me business. They're there to be my sounding board. When I am on the ledge, or I'm standing on the George Washington Bridge about to jump head first, because we've all been there, they're the ones that help me talk me off of the George Washington Bridge. And that's more valuable than somebody lending you money or giving you business, because you can have all the business in the world. If you're not there mentally and you don't have a support system, you got nothing. Because I've been there. I've been broke. I've slept on my floor for weeks at a time. I've been depressed. I've been down and out. And for many of you, you probably never experienced that yet. Or if you have, then you know what it's like to have your back against the wall, right? But the only reason why I can share with you the experiences and the stories that I can today is because I've weathered the storm. I've lasted through the perfect storm. I've survived multiple big squeezes. And you guys need to know that that's coming for you, and you need to prepare for it. And the only way you're going to come out the other side is by surrounding yourself with the right people and not being greedy and not making desperate decisions. The other problem is the mortgage business in general has the worst business acumen or business-minded people in it, right? They all think, make more money, make more money, make more money, make more money, do all these things. That's not how you run a business. Business is give and take. Business is cyclical. Business is roller coasters, peaks and valleys, like we always speak about, right? If somebody ever says to you, go out and get more deals, you need to leave that person, that company, and never talk to them again. You will never hear me say, go get more deals. Because it's not about the deals. It's about the relationship. It's about the career you're building. It's about the reputation you're building. Go meet more people. go make more relationships, right? Go shake more hands. Because all that stuff translates what? To getting more deals or putting yourself in a position or an opportunity to get more deals. Last thing, recruiters are not your friend. They do not care about you. Recruiters are the devil. Right now, companies are paying recruiters money that they should be putting into your pocket, right? Your company is taking money, revenue, profits that you're generating, hiring recruiters because they don't care where the business comes from. They want to get more people, get more people. They don't care if that person sucks. They don't care if that person's a bad person. They don't care how much business that person does. They're paying somebody to recruit more people. I posted earlier on Facebook that the mortgage business has turned into, like real estate kind of is and was, a morgue. There are more dead people in the mortgage business than there are in the cemetery in your hometown, in your backyard. And I don't know why that is. We need to raise the standard of the mortgage business. We need to put some respect back on the mortgage business, and we need to do things the right way. And the only way we're going to do that is by making sure the bad people, the people that aren't doing business the right way, are getting out of the business. And that's why the squeeze is the best thing that can happen from the business. Look at yourself as somebody that's either going to weather the storm or not. And the big squeeze is either going to allow you to propel in your career, as uncomfortable it might be, or if it's not for you, I respect that even more. Get out of the mortgage business now, because the next 4 months are going to be as painful as the mortgage business has ever seen, probably worse than 2008. At least deals were still going on back then. Yeah, companies lost warehouse lines. Most companies have money. You know, we're in a different position in 2008. Right now, margin compression, lack of inventory, right, and rising rates are going to cripple the business. Absolutely cripple the business. But here's what I'll tell you. Every day that goes by, you need to plant a seed. And if you, 30 days from now, go back and look at all 30 seeds that you planted, you're going to start to see something sprout. You're going to start to see a root. You're going to start to see a leaf. You're going to start to see a tomato. And then 60 days from now, you're going to have tomatoes. 60 days from now. So on October 24th, 1024, if you commit to the next 30 days to plant your seeds, well, you're going to see the fruits of your labor 60 days from now. But only you can do that. And if you give up, if you break your momentum, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, that we talk about each and every week on all these calls that we've had now for the past 9 months, 8.5 months, however long it's been, if you do it, you'll win. If you don't do it, and this business is not for you, and you didn't really know what you were signing up for, bow out and go get yourself another career, because it's never too late to start over. So that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, I had a really powerful message that I wanted to share, and that was it. Leaving you guys with, again, reiterating, the worst decisions I made in life were based out of fear and desperation. So don't make decisions based out of desperation or fear. If you have fear, talk to somebody you trust. If you don't have anybody you trust, I'll be that person you trust. If you don't have a soundboard, I'll be that soundboard for you. So we're going to open up to questions. I got 10 minutes allocated for questions. If anybody wants to take themselves off mute, share your video. Happy to do that. If anybody needs any guidance, let's get going. I do have my son, so that's why I'm cutting this one short today. But we got about 8 to 10 minutes for questions, comments, or thoughts. Anybody? Nobody? Are you all sitting there in shock?
Jeff, I want to say how much I appreciate you doing your Zoom at noon. I really do. It's very encouraging. Well, Melanie, so I just wanted to tell you, keep it up.
I really appreciate that, but I'm gonna need you to put your camera on and show me your smile.
No, you really can't see me today.
Oh my God! Listen, get out of bed, will you? There's no business.
I'm not in bed. I'm sitting here working, but I'm taking my hair out. So.
Oh, I got you. Well, listen, I really appreciate your kind words, and look, I do what I do because I love what I do. If I had to pick one thing in my life that I had to do every day and get rid of everything else, obviously my tech company is my baby, my passion, but like I live for these Zoom at Noons, because if I have to be the voice for mortgage people and the voice of the industry to show people what it takes and do it the right way, I'll be that guy, and I'll take the heat I get for it. I'll take all the haters that send me stupid messages, that don't know anything, that are on their way out, that are only operating based out of desperation and fear. I don't want anybody watching this ever to go through what I went through in my 20s in the mortgage industry. Because what's going on now, I've already lived through. I've been lied to. I've been stuck for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've been poached from companies on recruiters. I've been fired the day before I had multiple six-figure bonuses due. I've been told yes, 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 and then scumbagged over. I don't want anybody to go through what I've been through. And if you do go through it, I want to be here as a resource to help you get back up on your feet and not walk away from a career that you might excel in. So Melanie, that's why I do what I do. So I hope you feel, life and passion behind each talk, because it comes from my heart.
Absolutely. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Next time, you better have your smile on this video. That's all I know.
Yeah, I got to get my hair right.
All right. Throw a hat on next time. Whatever. We don't discriminate.
Maybe.
All right. You have a great day. If you need anything, reach out. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah.
Anybody? Nobody? Somebody? Man, you guys are quiet today. All right. I'll give it another minute. If anything pops into your mind, speak now or forever hold your peace until next week. Nothing. All right, guys. Well, that's all we got for today. Then hope you guys, really take this message to heart. Go back and watch it once it's posted. Hope you guys all have a great week. Remember, 30 days of planting seeds. I don't care if you want to call yourself Johnny Appleseed for the next 30 days. Go out there and plant those fucking seeds and give yourself 30 days after day 30, which puts us at 10/24, and let's get the results in. You guys all be well.